Are you ready for some cuteness overload? If you can't handle that, I don't think you're ready for this spread I'm putting together. What's up, everyone? This is Priya here. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning. And if this is the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. Here I share tips, ideas, and inspiration to make your planner and journal spreads pretty and functional. I have 3 different washi tape rolls, pre-cut washi tape rolls from the washi tape shop that I'm planning to use for the spread. I also have most of my washi tapes that I have from Planning Thing, and I keep them in this drawer, which is part of an organizer. And I will keep that handy just so that I will know what to pick depending on the stickers we go with. And these 3 rolls have not been used yet, and they're all from the washi tape shop. And I thought they were perfect for the end of spring kind of look in my daily journal. So that's why I wanted to use them at least now. And I also have this pre-cut floral washi tape roll from the washi tape shop again, just in case I don't end up using it though. And I have all my usual tools, and except for the gyro cut and the washi cutter, they're all from Journal Say. I also have my corner rounder. I will link everything that I'm using, and my code Priya can earn you 8% off at Journal Say, and my code Priya10 can earn you 10% off at the washi tape shop, Planything, Arch and Olive, where my B5 journal is from. And I'll have all that information in the description, so don't worry about having to memorize anything. And I will also have the exact names of the washi tape rolls that I'm using so that it gets easier if you want to grab anything that you like. And as you can see, I'm having a hard time. And I did pick a few of the scalloped edges and the stripes and some washi and some horizontal and vertical stripes. So I'm just using my trinket platter or the small bowl that I use. And this is the Squeaky Mischief. And these are so adorable. And I thought this would make for the perfect whimsical garden kind of look. And I also have the Eden's Garden. They're all pre-cut washi tape rolls. And if you prefer the glossier PET versions, you do have that as well available to pick up. And I also have the Eden's Gallery, which is more or less like the coquette kind of vibes with the ribbons and all that. And this is the Eden's Garden. I love those doggies and those birds. If you know me, you know I have a weakness for birds. So I wanted to combine these in some form. So that is the thought process. And I wanted to do some different kind of Dutch doors. Again, I wanted to try and see if I can bring in some more of the floral components, especially as we are nearing the end of spring. And just take a few extra seconds to make sure you take off the tape at the very end, which secures the whole roll, because you don't want to damage any of the washi tape stickers. They are translucent, they are thin, but it's not as fragile as you think they are. And let me know if you have used washi tape stickers before, whether it be from the washi tape shop or anywhere else. There are so many out there. And see, I'm having a hard time deciding on what to go with. So I think I will go with this darker blue and white vertical stripes washi. And I'm going with the slanted doors again. And I wanted to, again, try and bring in as many of the cuteness the small mice have. And along with the gnomes and all the garden scenes, I think it's a very cute and adorable combination. So we definitely need that house, which looks like a kettle but I think it'll be so adorable. So we have it right there, almost at the corner, but not quite. You see that? And I'm going to take off that tape just beneath those stickers because I think that looks quite weird when you have that stripe going behind there. And if you are wondering what tool I'm using, I know there are a lot of new folks in the YouTube family now, so that's why I'm trying to share information that can be useful for lots of people. The tool is called a gyro cut, and there are two types of gyro cut that I'm using. And the orange one is a gyro cut pro, which has a much more versatile blade, whereas the dark blue one is the original gyro cut, which has been very well used. So the blade is a bit blunt, so I use it to cut the washi tapes. And no matter what you do, just make sure you have that self-healing cutting mat at the bottom so that the bottom pages can be secure, because you don't want to cut through like 3 different pages underneath, right? And if you did not intend to do it, that will be a total bummer. And before you ask, I have a craft room tour where I share lots of organization tips and ideas that you could try for your own space. And I have that organizer also linked in the description if you want to check that out, because I get asked about that a lot as well. So can you see how I'm using that mouse rather, who is just flying midair, and there's a butterfly. It could be a balloon, right? It looks like a butterfly on a string, and then this mouse is just flying, but it need not be the case. It could be just a balloon. You never know, right? So we have very similar mice on the other side, and this is where the simple Dutch doors can be quite helpful. And you have a very beginner friendly tutorial if you want to see how to get started with Dutch doors. I share my 15 different tips on how you can do so, and I have linked that for you. And you can see how I'm trying to pick elements that will match the shapes. And this is so adorable. So I knew I had to use this at least this season. I believe it came out earlier and then it sold out and then it got restocked. I'm talking about this washi tape. And let's see, what could we bring in from this roll? So as I was mentioning, you can check out that video where I share very beginner friendly tips on how to get started with Dutch doors. And I'll share the video here. And if you are ever wondering how you can help me decide on elements or stickers or sticker books, on what to use and how to use, and a bit more say in the matter, please check out my membership options. I do have a few folks who are part of the inner circle, that's what I call it. And it is the first group of people I reach out to whenever I have any questions. And this is the next layer. And I'm going with this doggy right there. And I now want to bring in that washi tape. And I almost went with that black and white one, but I wanted a bit more of a softer touch. You know what I mean? Because that black and white, and first of all, I would like that to be visible from the front when we turn the page. So let's go for something a bit softer. And maybe we will go with that softer lavender. And I'm not sure what is available at Planything currently because they just had their latest sub box that dropped, and it is for the National Planner Day, which is coming up in August. So it's perfect for that. Planner Live, I believe, is the name. And but when I'm doing the voiceover for this one, the sub box just dropped. So hopefully by the time you see this, it will still be in stock. And my code cannot be used on current sub boxes, but for anything older than the current month or anything else, including the sale items, my code can be stacked for an extra discount. And yeah, I think that will be a good addition right there. And let me know if you have any of these tapes that I'm using. And I thought maybe having a bit of a green contrast right there at the top might be good if it can be visible a bit more. It's very forgiving, as you can see, because you do have that fragile look on the sticker, but it is, trust me, it is not. It can withstand a lot of moving back and forth. And that is the next Dutch door. And I think I will stick to two Dutch doors this time. And once you have started with the gyro cut and once you have went through that learning curve, it does have that small bit of a learning curve, and then you will be surprised at how well you can use it, how effortless it becomes, and you are so confident that you end up using it all the time. And let's see, let's pick something in similar shapes for the back page. And if you would like to see such creative ideas from me, then please make sure you are subscribed to my channel and you turn on the bell notification as well so that you can be sure you do not miss out on any fun videos coming. And that's the next Dutch door getting completed. And yeah, some of those stickers are so pretty. Those watercolor elements are like so dreamy, and the size matches perfectly too. So I'm glad I got to use it. And there are so many of these butterflies in different orientations, and you can totally build it, the layers, and you can even just turn the page over and see where exactly you need those elements. And let's also bring in our third roll. Yeah, because sometimes you do have to just go through the pages one by one. And as you layer, you see that what you did earlier may not be a good idea, but it's always good when you can just do the pages one at a time and you start building those layers. So let's finish off the Dutch doors, the washi tape part that is left. And I think this does have a very good impact, or it just gives it that finishing touch it needs, because otherwise you're not sure where the page ends and the page underneath begins. So with this washi tape, you know exactly where it is, right? And now let's get working on this page. And I don't think there is much room for the washi tape, but anyway, we will bring a bit of it at the bottom. And I think that is a very pretty slanted line right there. And I wanted to bring that Dalmatian kind of doggy, but I don't end up using it. And let's get to our washi tape, and let's just finish off that small bit at the top. We will trim all the washi tapes going off the page once we're done with everything. And I just wanted to just finish off this. And I think black can come in there just like so. And it is not fully visible, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so just like so, let's straighten that a bit. And yeah, I think that's good. And let me know if you prefer videos with my voice in them, or do you prefer me just working on my pages and just having some background music for you to listen to? I'm just curious because everyone is different, and I would really love to hear what you think. And I knew I needed to bring in that particular mushroom with the mice resting on it. That looks quite adorable. I did not want to miss that. So I was hoping to have one more Dutch door, but with that big sticker that I would ideally like to be seen entirely from the front, I don't think there is room for one more Dutch door. We could have had one more, that is for sure, but I don't end up doing it. And this is the next cutie, which I wanted it to be fully visible. Look at those eyes. And it is definitely like the cat from Shrek. If you have seen that movie, just let me know in the comments if you know exactly who I'm talking about. So, this is our next element. And I think some more of these gardening elements can be brought in. Maybe one of those walkways. Is that too big? No, I think it'll be fine, right? Yeah, I think that gives that additional layer or that depth, which I think is absolutely necessary. And you might think because of the size difference, it will look weird, but let me know how you are liking how I combine the different elements in different sizes. And if you like to do the same too. And let's bring in that butterfly. And as you can see, there are quite a few of those softer, perfectly spring themed or spring colored butterflies. And let's bring in that strawberry and that cart full of strawberries right there at the bottom. At least a bit of it can peek from behind there. Yeah, that strawberry is definitely visible. And we can also bring in that shovel. Yeah, I think that's adorable. And let me know if you journal and what size journal is your ideal size. Because for me, the B5, which is one of the bigger ones, and you have the letter size, obviously, which is slightly bigger than the B5. It is very similar to a happy planner in the planner world. If you were to compare the sizes, it is very similar to the classic happy planner. It's a tad bit bigger than that, not too big. So it's not that big if you look at it that way, but it is definitely bigger than the A5 that people normally like to use when they mention journals. So that is my favorite size. And I use other sizes as well. I use everything from a pocket size all the way to a B5. And hopefully, I think next year I may end up with a letter size, you never know. And we are almost done with, not almost, we just started the 6th month of the year. And if you have been thinking about what to use for 2027, please let me know, because I'm not sure it's too early, because you might actually want to start looking, right? Even though I personally have not started thinking, because my collection is growing and I do have quite a bit in my collection when it comes to using journals, whether it be for my reading journal or my daily journals, my creative setups, all of those. I think I have quite a bit of selection I can pick from. And if you are wondering how my reading journal setup is, I have a full playlist of all the setups I have done. I will link it for you, and including the updates I come and do every few months. So I'm hoping to have some updates for you maybe in July. It's my reading has not been going great. Lots happening, so I'm just I'm reading, but not as much as I would love to, because of all the things happening around me. So I do have my Goodreads profile that I have linked below if you want to come hang out with me there. That's a great way of knowing. That's where I come and update regularly as I finish each book. That's where I do that. So please find out all the details in the description. And please come follow me on Instagram. I do share more spreads and more sneaks, even if I don't necessarily have YouTube videos for them. And this is how I'm working on the left side of the page. And I definitely want to bring in that gnome. And also, that helps with balancing some of those reds on the right page. And we will have more adorable mice right alongside. Yeah, I think that mouse can definitely hang out there. With such adorable illustrations, I think it's perfect when you have so much of the space to decorate, and then you don't have to just worry about a lot of it getting cut off, because you do have all these white spaces to fill, and then you do have that layering option, which brings in so much interest. And with such adorable illustrations, I don't think picking a sticker would be hard, because no matter what you pick, it is going to be cute. Do you agree? And let's see, I don't think we have space for that bigger plant, because we brought in the other cuties. And I think we will bring in that. And I also wanted to bring in that small mouse who's just playfully walking. And we have some of these butterflies, and I think it helps bring some interest to some of those empty white spaces as well. And especially with these slanted Dutch doors, I think there are some weird angles that form. And I think those smaller elements are perfect to be brought in for such places. And we will also, use some of these adorable stickers for the clusters or the boxes that I will be bringing in. And let's see. It's really tough because you could just keep going and going and going. And it's not something you can have a hard and fast rule for as to when to stop and how much is too much, because there is no such thing. It totally depends on what you like. So let's see. I would love to bring in that parrot, but I think it'll have to wait. The clusters are coming, so maybe I can find room there. And let's see. Let's bring in one of these smaller leaf and vine kind of thing, which I don't end up using after all. Yeah, that's gonna look really weird. Am I not correct? So let's save it for some other time. And I had to stop and come back because I had to go run some errands. So let's use some of these checklist stickers, which otherwise we don't end up using. So let's try and bring in some decorative elements at the bottom. And they are from the Functionally Noir from Live Love Posh. And they are still available if you want to pick up that book. It has lots of these functional and decorative black and white elements. And I'm also using as many of the checklists as I possibly can, because some of those are really long ones. And I can use some of it at the top as well, just as a small decorative element. And we will also now come and add this to some boxes. And this has lots of boxes, numbers, functional headers, bullet points, and different black boxes in different sizes, I mean. So let's try and bring in some of that in. Just adding a bit there. Yeah, now. Maybe like so. Yeah, and that boot with the resting mouse on it can be brought in right there. And we will also bring in this flower right there. And I think this is one of the easiest ways of bringing in clusters, right? And for each page, I may not have boxes, but for some days, I do feel like I need some space to highlight some of the events that happen, because this is my daily journal, and usually I just write about my day and how it went and what the kids did and something sweet they did, something special they did. All of that has to have a place in my journal. If you are somebody who does not need boxes, feel free to skip that part entirely. But this is how I like my journal to be. So that's the simple reason why I'm doing it. Because some people don't quite understand why I need boxes in my journal. So you can see how I'm using my whiteout tape to just cover up that edge so that the sticker can sit there seamlessly. And let's now add the box on the right page. Maybe, yeah, vertically would be better. And we'll now bring in the parrot. We will use the smaller box as well. And I think it can just sit there. And maybe, you know what, we'll have to white out there as well. Because I don't want the bird to be looking as if its tail is being cut off using that black box, and the head got sliced. No. So let's bring in maybe this one has, yeah, that's perfect. I think it can just sit there right there at the top. And just something decorative for the top, which is otherwise very plain because I did nothing at the top of the page as well. And as you can see, this sticker book is very well used. So let's just finish off this particular page. And since it is the widest of all pages, I think a big box right there is perfect. And we can also balance some of that black and white on the right page. If I can have that box sit down straight, that would be easier, I think. Sometimes I don't overthink, just it falls as it falls. It's not a big deal, but sometimes it is too far off that I think that I need to go and fix it. And this is such a situation. So let's use the sticker there. Yeah, just like so. And we will also have this particular sticker, which I wanted to use desperately, right in the middle. And both the mice are looking up at weird angles, that is for sure. And the snail is just, are they playing or is it scaring the mouse? Let me know what you think. And let me know if you're enjoying spring or is it still kind of cold where you are, winter storms, or is it you deep in summer already with rising temperatures and the El Nino? I know the weather patterns have been so weird lately. So let me know how things are in your neck of the woods. And I'm using this wine kind of element to go around the box. And I'm not taking it all the way across, but I think I will just stop right there near the butterfly and I can just trim at that point. These are fun elements you can use. See, I used the scrap on the other page. So it just brings something to the boxes or any other areas which are otherwise quite plain. And that is, I think we are just headed to some last finishing touches, and that butterfly is adorable, so I had to bring that in. And maybe one more box. And I think we will decorate here, just like so at the bottom. And let me know how you like this. And please find all the videos I mentioned, along with all the links, codes, and all that useful stuff in the description. And please let me know if you have any specific questions regarding anything that I used here. And if you have any video ideas that you would like me to have on my channel, please let me know of that as well. I'm trying to make that parrot sit on the oval ring, but I abandoned it after a while. Trust me, it's not easy, it's not working, and that bird is too big for that ring. So yeah, don't worry. And please come follow me on Instagram. I do share more spreads and more sneaks, even if they don't quite get YouTube videos. And if you like today's video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone who you think will enjoy this content and some ideas, some inspiration to try in their planners or journals. And thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Bye.